Oh, hey. Oh, shit. I ain't put my mic on. Oh. That's what happens when you wait too long. I'll be back. So, today is going to be an interesting one. We're going to have a conversation about womanly duties versus you just being a bitch. But let me tell you my truth. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's perception. And let's talk about perceptions. Well, very complicated. This person, I was directly reporting to them. So I was going to work full time, going to school full time. Then I fell and I hurt myself. I couldn't go back to work, but I didn't want to drop out of school because it's like, right? Like, I don't want to do that. But I wasn't going to do it. And I remember, limping, headaches, swollen arms, swollen feet, sciatica, all that stuff. Because again, I fell and I messed up my back. And I'm thinking, me and this person, at the time, we were friends. Not to add some layers to that, we were also cool. So there was the sense of, oh, you're finally back. We're going to support one another. We're going to do this thing together because that's what we do. And a switch went off. And when I tell you, it was like night and day. Went from we were like this to, oh, nah, you going to give me a hard time through and through. You're going to make me uncomfortable every single chance that you get. My hand to God, when I tell you, I still don't know what exactly was the trigger. I still have no idea. There was another person that I worked with. And it was the same thing. I remember I would see this girl and she would come and I'd be like, oh, hey, right? Because I'm goofy. And she would ignore me. Walk past me and not speak. But if she seen me talking to a guy that she was sleeping with, oh yeah, she had something to say then. And I guess it's probably my fault, It's like, oh, you kind of soft and shit, same thing. Never did nothing to her. At some point or another, that same girl ended up fucking my brother. And literally, when it happened, me and my brother worked together for a while. When it happened, I didn't work there. We weren't friends. We didn't, nothing like that. Because remember, when I met her, she was funny style. So it's like, all right, we not cool. It's whatever. Go ahead. And literally, in the heat of sex, this bitch was like, oh, ain't that funny? I ain't get along with your sister, but now I'm fucking her brother. And it was like, you literally have another man's dick in your mouth. And you're talking about me? My younger brother has this chick that he fucking with, right? And I thought we were cool. Genuinely. Now, being totally transparent and honest for the things that her and my brother went through, I never really trusted her, but it wasn't my place. So I gave my brother permission to just, live his life. Because that was the thing that I would do. I would overstep and I would interject and I'm like, I can't do that, right? This is their role. This is their life. And I have to let them live it. My job is not to tell them what to do, but be that support system that can get them through what they go through, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And I remember her saying to me, because she was talking to my other brother's current shorty, and says, it don't even be the sisters. It's really not you. It's that your brothers make us feel like my sister wouldn't do something like that, so why would you? And that constant comparison would be troublesome. And what ended up happening is, in this same dynamic with the current, girlfriends and shit, they were having a powwow, right? And in this powwow, they're having a discussion about an event that had happened. And at this event, I felt particularly left out. It was a celebration of family and unity and everything else. And I expressed my disdain in being excluded from the dynamic or the expression of family. And in me having this conversation, the other girlfriend decides that she wants to talk to me, but starts this conversation off with, I just want to let you know that you're toxic and you're fake as fuck. And I'm like, I just want to let you know, I hope you lift weights because you about to catch these hands, right? So it was a kind of thing where this one went ahead and she went the fuck off. Oh, you never liked me. You treated me like this. You treated me like that. And it was a bunch of made up instances. Oh, I never liked you. It's like, no, I didn't speak to you when you came around because my brother was still figuring things out, and I don't like to get over wrapped up in his mess. But it became this conversation of, oh, she thinks that she's their mom, and she wants to do this, and she wants to do that. And it's like, think they're their mom. I said, well, one of the important things that we should take away from this is that in the event that something did happen to my mother, you do understand that as the big sister, I would have assumed that role, right? Like, it doesn't matter. And whatever your expression or understanding of family is, that's your business, right? But in my family, if my brothers need me, I will be there, right? And not in the sense of just spoiling them and doing all this other stuff. It's like, no, my brother's mental health and well-being is important to me. So partnerships and relationships, it's not that one person is always getting to it and always got it. It's that I trust you, that in the event that I am without power, that I can trust you to have it. And this is where I felt like it was important to have the conversation. There's a difference between womanly duties and just being a bitch. Don't be upset when you don't have the ability to step up and get it the fuck done. What happens here is that rather than women sitting up and taking into account that they could do something better, they try to bring down the value of the people that's around them. Am I perfect all the time? Absolutely not. Of course not. I get tired. I burn out. Look, I do YouTube videos and I haven't done them in months because you know why? I'm motherfucking tired. I'm not always in the hustler's mood. I'm not. And this is when partners and relationships become of value, right? Because in the instances that I'm not feeling like myself, in the instances that my power is low, the person that's to the right of me is supposed to encourage me to do what I should be doing. Don't make me feel bad because I support my brothers, because we are partners. We are in my brothers. It's a relationship. It's not sexual, and that's another thing. Who in the fuck told Jinx that relationships are only sexual? There seems to be this thing where people don't know how to have relationships outside of a sexual association. What happened to you? I have literally seen myself in all too many instances where people are just like, oh, she's not that this, she's not that. Literally, bitches is like, oh, you swear she's so perfect. What the fuck what did I do to you? And I am kind of tired of bitches playing with me, right? Like, I literally told my brothers, I was like, listen, I'm very simple. Somebody do some funny shit, say some funny shit. If it come out wrong, if they look at me wrong, all that other stuff, I'm not playing with them. I'm not sitting at no table with nobody that don't fuck with me. I said, Jesus did that already. He sat there and broke bread with Judas. I don't got time for that. And you see what happened to him, right? It's not about nothing else besides the fact that I already know how this story pans out. Don't let nobody sit at your table that's eating jealousy or eating some kind of feeling. Like, if you don't like me, stay the fuck over there. Stay your ass over there. Don't talk to me. Don't sit with me. Don't come around me. Don't break bread with me. None of that. Because what's the point in that? What's the point in that? Like, you so busy sizing me up and trying to convince yourself that I'm not perfect, that you're not building up on whatever it is that you need to build up on. What you worried about me for? What you worried about me for? I'll help you. I don't see why not. If you got a question, I've busted my ass. I've busted my ass. And I've literally lived a life where I've watched people go from friend to foe overnight. I'll give you one more story.